Today, Precarious plays
The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask.
Thinking about it, I'm realizing that you're not on a time limit anymore.
No.
You can just sort of do whatever now, huh?
Waft around.
Yeah. I remember that, I think that 2 out of 4 of these, you still have your Mask of Truth? Do you have a Mask of Truth?
Well, I only gave away the postman's hat, and I have all the masks. Well, all but one.
You do have the Mask of Truth. I think it does something different, but you can talk to that and it will tell you something interesting if you talk to it with the Mask of Truth on. Well, it might tell you something interesting, or it might be really boring.
Which is the one that's truthful?
That one.
Oh, lucky.
Yeah, it's a Sheikah mask. If you look at it,
Oh, yeah.
it looks just like the lens.
It's very obvious to me now.
I think that they give you hints on where you can find the various masks. These do. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Sorry. Sometimes it's weird, interesting stuff, but I think that these are just hints and tips on where to find masks you might be missing.
Can you go back and do that still?
Yeah, I think the Song of Time still works. So you just focus on this. There's something that I wanna talk about for a little bit. I mentioned that I think that Majora's Mask is the best Zelda game, and it also happens to be my favorite, which is an important distinction.
Okay.
Actually, what I want to talk about first is I mentioned that Twilight Princess. Don't try and follow it, man. Just if you hover,
It'll come under me.
Yeah, you can preserve your float meter, your invisible flotation device, for much longer. So just fly towards the one on the, straight forward. Just fly straight forward right now, and then wait, and just hover. And then back up maybe a little bit, and drop.
Yes. Okay, good technique. Thank you. That was
You're welcome.
very good bit of help.
So, I just want to point out that I do think that Twilight Princess is possibly overall the worst Zelda game. The worst Zelda game is still a very good game.
Yeah.
It's just, I've played other games in the same series and have strong feelings on that internal hierarchy, which I think I treat it worse than I probably should, right? My big beef with Twilight Princess is that it is a copy of a copy, which isn't doing it any favors. And on top of that, it is a reaction that I feel was, nice.
Yeah, I was...
So there's a heart piece over there. You should grab that if you can. Hold it forward. Okay. This is the thing that I was talking about. Each one of these holds a heart piece. And if you get all 4, then you can get up to 15. So that's what I was
why not?
talking about. The Zora one is a pain. But other than that, no real reason. Twilight Princess is a copy of a copy. And it is also a reaction that I feel is largely unnecessary and unwarranted towards one of the most interesting, visually speaking, one of the most interesting games in the franchise. That, I think, is the goal. I don't know, I know that one takes you up higher, but I don't know if that means it's going to let you fly further. You know what I mean?
We'll find out.
No, it'd probably be safer to try to fly back out over to that, because I think it's going to take you all the way back to the start of the room if you fall. Well, you focus on doing what you want to do. Remember that
Nope, not quite.
No.
Thought I saw the shadow on there. Yep, okay.
Yeah, it actually was sort of a hindrance how much higher that one launches you. Try to avoid the yellow ones in the future if you can, unless you see like you have to go high to advance. I don't know if there's more than one room of this or not. So Twilight Princess, its visual design, I think, was sort of a response to some perceived disdain for Wind Waker. And as someone that liked the design, the visuals of Wind Waker from its announcement, that it makes me scoff. It puts me in a scoffing mood. The fact that it's coupled with like I described it before, that Hot Topic dark.
Yeah, that...
It's like, Zelda's sad now, and look, this girl is falling upside down, and there are a lot of her, and they don't have pupils, or they don't have pupils and irises, and they're giggling creepily, and it's like there's a shadow Link, and did he just kill other Link? And it's just very tacky, and it doesn't. Nothing in Twilight Princess that's supposed to be dark or moody or tense compares favorably to... Don't try it now, but
yeah,
that's
the
the space.
I knew where I was headed for, but I couldn't, like, pick it out, you know?
Yeah. If it shoots you up at a height where you're gonna fly into that sort of crossbar thing, you might want to No, that should be fine. Yeah. You should be able to get there.
Pushing, just keep
I don't know if you're gonna get there.
No.
Try it with the gold one
Yeah.
next time. The scene with the girl in the music box house and her father, Twilight Princess throws this brooding, self-serious, really in-your-face, B-grade horror stuff. It throws that in your face, and it is not a quarter as chilling as seeing that father half mutated into a mummy stumbled out of that closet, and then realizing that, like, that's why that little girl is so hesitant to come out of her house. Why she's so hesitant to even like speak with Link, who, I mean, historically has a really good track record of just showing up and helping strangers. I mean, like, she is...
Surface level spookiness is no substitute for actual... Like, it doesn't matter how much, like, dark colors and blood you put on something. I mean,
muted tones and...
Yeah.
Ooh, Link's a werewolf now.
Yeah, that's not... Just because you use the trappings of something actually frightening does not mean that you achieve that tense and terrifying emotion.
That... Hover. Just hover. Oh, okay. Wait, hang out there and see if you can't... So you're not doing it right. Give me that. I'm going to show you what you should be doing, because it's frustrating trying to, like, having to stop what I'm trying to say every now and again to try to advise you. All you have to do... Okay. Maybe this game is going to make me eat shit? No. You can hover for a really long time, right? Mm-hmm. It's a little trickier over there because of the swinging bars.
But I could catch it closer to the platform now that I'm looking at it.
I don't know. I feel like you were probably doing it right. What you need to do is you can't, if you're chasing it, you're probably already losing. What you need to do is, oh, I hope that doesn't hit my toes. You need to fly out in front of it like that.
Okay, dive.
I'm getting there.
Okay, I just Sometimes my effect on your skill is pretty devastating.
Okay, so I apologize. I think I made a mistake.
Yeah,
And when I first advised you,
yeah.
I guess these do let you fly further. It's not just higher. I guess it's also further. I'm trying to get a feel if I could fly all the way over there with this. And it kind of is starting to feel that way. So that was my mistake anyway. So I think... Oh, sorry. I thought there was going to be another room.
Wow, I don't like those boxes.
No, they're fine. They're fine, friendly fun.
No, they look uncomfortable.
Anyway, the further we went along in that, the worse you started doing. And I think it's because you got on tilt.
Yeah, that happens to me a lot.
Yeah. Okay, man, sure.
Sure. Hey, friend. I did find you. Okay.
Yeah, and now you have to give him one to leave. And I think it's like... I'm starting to remember, I think it's... One of them gets one, and then... One to go in and one to leave, and the next one gets two to go in and two to leave, and so on. And then that happens to deplete all of your masks. All of your non-transformation masks.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty heavy question, stranger.
Yeah, that was pretty profound.
Well, just 3 more of those, and everything will be fine.
I do not believe that for a second.